provide some game on this. Rapper BG has now been arrested for probation violation as he attempts to reinsert himself into society and become a citizen. He's now being investigated and may even be incarcerated. Let's look at this at Rolling Stone. Hot Boys rapper BG arrested for probation violation after Boosie concert appearance. BG's collaborative album with Gucci Mane also cited as potential violation that could lead to rapper's reincarceration. 7 months after the rapper BG was released after spending 12 years in prison, a recent arrest from probation violations threatens to send him back behind bars. The Guardian reports the rapper born Christopher Dorsey was arrested earlier this month in Las Vegas, where he now resides, for a series of probation violations related to his 3-year supervised release, including appearing alongside fellow rapper Boosie at a Las Vegas concert this past February. BG's probation officer deemed the performance a violation for 2 reasons. First, the rapper did not obtain prior written approval before entering self-employment before the concert. Secondly, before Boosie himself was in prison on felony charges, the 2 rappers appeared together was a violation of a federal supervised release statute that prevents parolees from associating unnecessarily with convicted felons. Under the same rule, BG probation officer also took issue with Choppers and Bricks, an album that BG recorded with Gucci Mane and released December 2023. Gucci Mane was convicted on federal charges over a decade ago. A warrant for Dorsey's arrest was filed on March 21st, and the rapper was took into custody in Las Vegas on probation violations on Wednesday. He was soon released on his own recognizance. He also ordered to appear at a federal court in New Orleans, where he was initially charged and convicted if the violations merit revoking of his probation and a return to prison. So as you read there, the federal probation has been violated because he appeared at a show with Boosie and did an album with Gucci Mane and was alongside Gucci Mane a couple different times. I think it's interesting that the legal framework of this country tends to lock out the people that it locks up. A friend of mine named Larry Turnley introduced a word to me that was so important that I now incorporate in my jargon, and it's justice impacted people. Because the term convicted felon, you know, some of these terms come with such weight on it, even after you serve so much time. Now, we don't want to sit here and act like that there's no rules or stipulations in place for people that have been incarcerated and have be reinserted into society. That'll be a gross miscategorization on my part. But at some point, we got to be reasonable with our approach. For an example, they have a stipulation where if you're someone like BG that's just getting out of jail, prison, they're asking and requiring you to not have any contact with convicted felons, be around weapons. These kind of scenarios that they've asked you to be involved with. And because I have a friend of mine that's out on a federal bond, and sometimes we sit and chop it up about like, how unreasonable is that? Because when I walk in the store, how I know if somebody got a gun in there? When I'm at the store, how I know if I'm behind a convicted felon? It's almost impossible to reinsert me back into society. Here's the conundrum. It's almost impossible to reinsert me back into society with a support system. See that? Because if you reinsert me back into society and I can't get with the people that done got successful after they been home, my whole job is to, y'all just like me, y'all felons, y'all been successful. Can I get with y'all, get some game? How you done that? They still release you from jail, but release you into isolation. It's just like being locked up. It ain't no motherfucking different as being in that jail when I'm out here with no support system. Don't nobody understand how a felon got to move but another successful nigga that been through something like that. I thought the stipulation was support, not surveillance. I thought our stipulations was support, not surveillance. When you reinsert a justice impacted person back into society, how do you expect for them people to rally the troops? You put basketball players around basketball players. You put technicians around technicians, hopefully successful ones. You put cops around cops, detectives around detectives. In my opinion, these people can learn from each other. They've already paid the ultimate price. Even when I hear this kind of thing, the first thing that comes to my mind is...
Thanks for watching this clip from It's Up There podcast. To see the rest of the interview, click one of the boxes on the screen. Also, join Discord and Patreon to be in our community.